Before we continue on with the video, so here's a word from today's sponsor. Okay, make sure it's the white tray up. So these are my channel name stickers made by Stationery. Now, if you want something like this, use promo code John Agustin to apply 15% of all products if you want to buy or customize your own stickers. Valid until August 31, 2024. If you happen to drop by or catch me in my shoots or in my races, you may hit me up and I will give this all for free. So hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and what I have here today is the all new 2024 Ford Mustang GT 5-liter V8, and I'm not just gonna tour this car, I am going to drive one of my dream cars yet again. So again, I would like to thank everyone here at Ford Philippines, specifically Auto Hub Group. Today is the launch of the all new Ford Bronco. As you see in camera, it's still covered up. That's not the reason why I came here. It's because of this baby Mustang. I've always wanted to drive this, and this is my first time as well that I'm going to drive a Mustang. And again, special thanks to Ford BGC and to Miss Lyle for making this review possible. Now, what do we get now with this Mustang GT? So in its newest generation, there's been an overhaul with everything, even the design itself. And for me personally, this is the best looking Mustang of all time now. I mean, I know I'm a new car kind of guy, but this looks really sick. You get a decent amount of ground clearance. I think this is around 130 to 140 millimeters. LED lights all around, and you get this very unique stripe. I think this is only an Auto Hub exclusive, so you may check out in any Auto Hub dealers, not just BGC, as well in Autos Manila. And you get vents here all around. So I'm so excited about this car. I can't wait to show you this immediately. Powering this behemoth, well, I'll be honest, I was expecting to drive the Mustang EcoBoost, but happy-go-lucky, we're driving this glorious 5-liter V8. So this one is a naturally aspirated engine that produces 493 horsepower and 567 Newton meters of torque. Sadly, there's only an automatic transmission available here in the Philippines. At least you still get this engine. This one is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and I love all of the details here and there. There's even a Mustang embossment here on the plastic itself, strut bars, cabo faba here for the engine cover itself. A lot of air intakes here and there. Well, I kind of familiar with this engine already since I've seen a lot of Mustangs already, but I've never put it on video itself. And there are, of course, gas struts all around. And remember, there's a 2.3-liter turbocharged engine available for this Mustang, which hopefully I will drive soon. But, of course, give or take, let's drive this V8 first. Now, here at the side profile of this Mustang GT, it's very still the iconic design throughout all of the years, from the first all the way up to the 7th generation itself, and a little bit of a cleaner look, reminiscent of that of the 5th generation, and a bit more sticks of the 4th generation. I love all of the combination of all the details here, and we get a 5-liter badge here on the side skirts over here. I think these are just plastic, and this rear quarter panel, I think this is my favorite too among all of the Mustangs. It just looks so plain and sexy at the same time. And as well, these are running on 19-inch wheels, so you get two 55/40 series tires at front, and at the rear running on 275/40 series. Now, here at the rear of this Mustang GT, once again, the stripes probably available at Ford Global City. And I just saw now there's a lot of Mustang Easter eggs over here, and you can see all of the generations here in the rear windscreen, and one there in front too on the right passenger side. GT performance badge over here, along too with a reverse camera. Unique set of lights all around, not just for the taillights, as well the ones in front, and they give a nice little dance once this car is at idle only. And being the V8 version as well, you get quad exhaust pipes all around, and party piece for all Mustang GTs. This is why a lot of people buy this in the first place, and this is one of the most popular sports cars too in the country. Is its practicality. This is the total boot space, and there's a subwoofer here on the right side. I mean, you can fit a lot of stuff here. I'm not sure about golf bags, but I think it's a tight squeeze, but still, you can still fit them here with ease. Let's check out the interior. So this is the interior of the 2024 Ford Mustang GT. So I think this one applies to with the EcoBoost, and of course, once you are in the interior of this, you are greeted with two large screens itself, and first time I've encountered a Ford sound system. So this Mustang GT is nothing short of features. Everything here is literally complete. I love already this spec. Of course, being a Mustang and a sports car in general, the door card's pretty long, but it's frameless at least still, and you get Mach carbon fiber materials here around in the door handles itself, cubby spaces too, but The cup holders, I don't think you can fit in there in the door cards itself, but at least there are two here in the center console itself. Here on the left side, you get your light controls and your boot release button. Per usual, like with every other Ford. Steering wheel, pretty unique too. It's a flat bottom and there's more carbon fiber trims here once again. And there's no it's only tilt, so there's no telescopic function. And wait, let's go to my driving position. So right, so I'm seated all the way forward. And speaking of two, this is a 2+2 car. So there are two rear seats at the back. And for once, I fit there perfectly. Like, I have enough feet and knee room. In my headroom, I'm just hitting the rear windscreen. But I'm happy to sit there in the back. Maybe for a short trip only. Which is the same like with the previous generation. As well, I did a walk-around tour of the 6th generation EcoBoost. So check it out on my channel. So this is actually the second time I'm only in the Mustang. But first time, gonna drive one. Anyways, you get paddle shifters, of course, being the 10-speed automatic variant. Buttons here, you get your cruise control functions and probably adaptive. I'll know later in the test drive itself. On the left side and on the right side, you get more for your phone connectivity and steering mode. Let's have a play with this later on, as well with the skins during the test drive. More Mustang badges on the right side. Above here, you get your sunglasses holder, LED lights. And visor, you get a vanity mirror with light. And of course, being a Ford made in America, woohoo, they extend. Because I recall all of the Rangers and the Everest don't have their visors extended. But the Explorer has visor extensions too. So below the infotainment screen, you get two air conditioning vents wrapped in carbon fiber once again. Safety reminders, engine start stop button, more modes here for your climate and for your infotainment system. Mustang button, so I think this is to do with the driving mode itself. Way further down, you got USB-C port, a USB port, 12-volt socket, and a pad here. I'm not sure if this only Mustang has wireless charging capabilities, but hey, at least there's a pad here separately for your phone. Gear lever, pretty conventional, PRD and M. There's no like plus minus here anymore, not even buttons here on the side. And I was not expecting this spec to have this feature. You get your e-brake, like a legit e-brake. You can lock rear wheels, and if I were to own one of these cars in the future, definitely I will use this a lot to drive this in the Gymkhana Pilipinas and probably super sprint. For, of course, you know me, I'm a crazy driver. And then here, glove box. Oh, that's pretty good for a sports car. And of course, being a Ford, you got a lot of nice plushness here throughout the cabin. Even here, this is not plastic whatsoever, all squidgy material. Center console box. Okay, you get a light, a 12-volt socket inside with a decent amount of space too. And the seats here, these are Recaro Sport bucket style seats, and there's no bolstering whatsoever. I'm literally sitting firmly here in the seat itself. I love this. So yeah, that's a quick walk around tour of this interior. Let's go for a drive. Finally driving the Ford Mustang GT V8. I mean, look at the sound. That's amazing. There's a lot of presence immediately with this new Mustang. Literally just left the car park and everyone's looking at us. And here's the demo with all of the instrument cluster and the 12.3-inch infotainment system. Yeah, this is one wicked machine. Oh, that's just drive mode. And yeah, the ride is a bit stiffer than usual because I set it in track mode, and I love all of the cluster stuff here and there because of course this is probably hopefully not the last time I'll drive a Ford Mustang, so I just want to leave it in that setting alone. And remember, the manual mode, you have to engage it here in the gear shift. I mean, there's no like plus minus here whatsoever. And to my surprise, now like with most modern cars now, you have to control most of the stuff now here in the infotainment system, like for your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, your air conditioning, air conditioning, and here too for your reverse camera, which is pretty clear. Here for your instrument cluster too, there's surprisingly a lot of displays that you can use here and there. And first impressions immediately, being now, I just left it in track mode because why not? There's a lot of heft in the steering wheel. I mean, yeah, of course, this is intended to be a sports car now, since Mustangs now are leaning towards more on the sports car side of stuff rather than being a muscle car. But this Mustang still carries the trait of all, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And you notice you can hear the exhaust a lot in the cabin because I set the exhaust to the loudest setting at track mode. But there is quiet mode for obvious reasons, if you don't want to annoy your neighbors once you're at a cold start. And I already can see the fuel economy, but I'm surprised with this actually on how it's performing at the moment. Oh my god, wow! Wow! Right, I left the electronic stability control on for obvious reasons. I don't wanna go too cuckoo with this, but like the sports car that I've just driven to recently, surprisingly, it's easy to push for me only since you know me, I'm racing a lot now. Yeah, wow, I was already almost at full throttle and we're going at, I think, almost 4th gear. And this is another nice thing too with this 10-speed automatic transmission. The gearing in track mode, sport mode is pretty short, so I think you can hit like the national speed limit around in 3rd and 4th gear. Wow. And surprisingly, for a wow, I love the over rev there once you change down the gear. An insane experience. And of course, cornering in this is pretty much flat, and the handling of this is much better than I expected. Whoa, that is insane. Handling, yeah, pretty good. A bit of a gymkhana course there. Wow. And what can I say with this Mustang? It's insane. Holy shit. Oh my god. Wow. What an experience. So that takes another bucket off my list of driving one of my dream cars. I'm literally shaking right now. This is, I'm not gonna lie, one of the best experiences I had this year so far in my car review career. Oh my god, it's such an honor driving this beast, and I don't see an auto hold function whatsoever, but at least the e-brake still gives you that kind of mechanical feel. And the driving modes, you have to as well do it here in the infotainment system itself. You get your G-force meter, PSI, and your battery voltage. A bit necessary too for a sports car. Oh, I love that over rev. Okay, I'm already lost here in BGC, just enjoying the drive out of this. But as a daily, if you're not gonna push it that much, it's a very good daily. I still see why people prefer the EcoBoost over this because of its fuel economy. But of course, as a Mustang owner and probably a future one myself too, you won't have to worry that whatsoever. But it's performing a lot better than expected. So remember, there's a lot of test drives today here in BGC. We've been averaging 4.4 kilometers per liter, so the 10 speed is doing its job really well. Ooh, what else to talk about with this? I'm fascinated too with the 10 speed automatic transmission. This is no Shelby GT500, but the 10 speed acts like a, in a way, like a very fast 8 speed ZF automatic transmission. Well, call me crazy, a bit like with that of dual clutch transmissions. Yeah, surprisingly, I'm amazed with the driving dynamics of this. It's not as scary as I once thought. Maybe again, I'm having the experience of driving cars that I'm not able to attain, at least having driven them once in my life. Yeah, this is pretty special. Sir, may wireless charging ba to? So, okay, mistaken earlier in the walk-around tour. This has wireless capable charging, but there is... okay, so the one in the booth doesn't have the case. So remember, this one has the case itself, right? Right here. Okay, so I was a bit worried with that. Why was that not equipped with this all-new Mustang? And I can confirm now this has a lot of driver assistance system, so with adaptive cruise control and all that. I know there's a line lock feature with this where you can burn out the hell out of this, but of course we're in the public road, we're not gonna demo this whatsoever. enjoying so much. Driving one of my dream cars yet again in the span of a week. Right, for the cost of all of this too, I would say it's pretty much worth it. This one is like literally 4 million pesos. Well, to be exact, 3,999,000 pesos. But for a car that can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in like what? Less than 4.6 seconds. This is the car to have right now. Would I pick one personally over the one I just driven last week? Hopefully there will be more test drives to come and I will give my verdict on that. So one more time. Oh, this thing is a straight line monster. That gearing is actually really short, so I think you can hit the national speed limit as I mentioned earlier in 4th gear, but you can redline the heck out of this until 7,500 RPM as much as all day any day if you want to. And for the handling of this, of course, compared only to the EcoBoost, yeah, this will be much heavier, but if you're gonna buy a Mustang, just go right ahead and buy the V8 because it's perfect. I'm literally lost for words at the moment on how the experience of driving a Mustang, and again, one of your dream cars, is like. I wanna drift, but you can't because we're in the public road, but you can do this. And brakes pretty strong too. So remember, these are running on Brembo brakes all round. So I assume 4 or 6 pistons in the front and then much less in the rear for obvious reasons, but it's easy to push. Joke, I will never forget this day. So again, I would like to thank everyone here at Ford Auto Hub BGC for the launching of the upcoming Bronco and for the test drive of this Ford Mustang, and to Sir Jel who assisted us here in this test drive, and to Miss Lai who make this all possible. And I will go back for the entire weekend just to drive this thing. It's such a great car. So hope you guys like and subscribe, and I will see you with more of my dream car reviews coming right up. Bye bye.